We say black because, African American and black it's a little bit different. Most people say either or, but we say black because it covers, the Afro-Cuban. It covers, Caribbean, like Jamaicans and stuff like that as well too. The whole black, African diaspora. It's like a more
check.
Well, just tell me a story. Listen.
So, I guess can you just first kind of what do you do?
So, first of all, my name is Anthony Ball. I'm program director for Music Moves. Music Moves is a nonprofit arts organization. We promote black art and culture throughout our region. And what that looks like is we do that through performances and we do that through our education. Education is a big part of what we do. We have a curriculum that we go into schools and stuff like that with. We go into schools, we go into museums, libraries, a lot of different, institutions like that. We even have a music venue and learning center we're putting into downtown Rogers right now that we're going to be launching in the first Friday in July.
Oh,
so
awesome.
Really excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So excited about that part. We the performances, we do during Black History Month, we do the Black Music and Film Expo. That's just a buffet of different music, whether it's hip hop or jazz or blues or reggae. We say black because African American and black it's a little bit different. Most people say either or, but we say black because it covers the Afro-Cuban. It covers Caribbean, like Jamaicans and stuff like that as well too. The whole black African diaspora.
It's like a more inclusive term.
Yeah. African American is just African Americans. It's kind of like saying Asian rather than saying, well, you got Korea and you got
Chinese
and you got Japanese. It's just it covers a wider spectrum.
Yeah. So what's Move 2 doing for Juneteenth?
Music Moves.
Sorry.
Yeah. So Music Moves, this is our third annual, we call it Freedom Festival. And we call it Freedom Festival because it was just a word that everybody can kind of get behind.
Yeah.
A lot of people know what Juneteenth is. There's a lot of Juneteenth celebrations. This was just our version of our Juneteenth celebration. So, back 2020, we were in a pandemic.
Right.
And we were kind of coming out in 2021. And a lot of people were starting to do outdoors stuff. And before the pandemic, there was a Juneteenth celebration that was led by the University of Arkansas. Okay. That's always kind of been a tradition. They've been doing their celebration for about 26 years in Northwest Arkansas. So during the pandemic, they stopped doing it. They had policies and protocols. They couldn't do events during the protocol. But for me, it was an opportunity. We were just community folks. We were like, man, people are doing stuff outdoors. It's beautiful outside. Everybody's saying it's safer to do stuff outside. Let's put on something downtown Springdale, where there's a diverse community already there. We do music all the time, so it just made sense for us to kind of just put an event together. So we did it in probably we planned it in about a month, and we had probably about 600, 700, 800 people come out. It was a cool turnout. Now the second year, we had bigger artists. We had Montel Jordan and Morris Day, so we had almost 4,000 people come out. This year, we have even bigger lineup. We've got some sponsors and stuff like that, and we want to make sure it was free and stuff like that as well too. So, Walton Family Foundation, Tyson Family Foundation, they partner with us to help make this thing free, and we also had some community partners that actually helped us, put the event together. CCP, Uniform, and the U of A Juneteenth Committee. So. So we were able to kind of put all those resources in one bag and put out what we call Freedom Festival. And this is our third annual. It's free. We have some huge artists this year. Young Jock, which a lot of people know from like Love and Hip Hop, the TV show. He had, when I was in high school, he had some of the huge, the largest #1 hits in the country. So he's coming. You got Ohio Players, which they're more of a old school group or iconic like funk band, horn band. It's like a 10-piece horn band.
Cool.
They move in. It's a party, man. They're awesome. And Bone Thugs and Harmony. A lot of people know Bone Thugs and Harmony.
That's awesome.
So when we put that out, everybody, it just went viral. It went crazy throughout the community. So we're expecting another great crowd, man. So of course everything kind of hovers around the music lineup, but we have giveaways that we have. Man, we have so many great partners that we've been able to build through this event. Procter & Gamble, CCP, they're going to be giving out like 1,000 swag bags that has like dishwashing detergent and cleaning products, hygiene products, and stuff like that. Conair, they're going to be giving out hair clippers and hair curlers and just hair products and stuff like that. We're going to be doing a runway show with our friends at Uniform. There's a designer that she's on Project Runway, and she's from Arkansas. Her name is Kato Mamalu. She's from Little Rock, and she'll be with us doing a fashion show as well too. So it's just a lot of things.
Yeah, you guys have so much going on.
It's so much. It's all day. Like it's 1 to 9. So in downtown Springdale. So it's just a bunch of stuff. We got bouncy houses, kid paints, and all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah.
Food. I mean, every time black folks, we get together and we throw a party, like it's got to be a lot of food. So we'll have barbecue, we'll have soul food, we'll have street tacos, all kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how does that? I mean, like, what a short amount of time to, sort of grow this, like. I mean, your event, Freedom Fest, like, into such a huge, thing. I mean, like, you said Bone Thugs and Harmony. The last time I saw them was at Riverfest. Yeah. And it sounds like you guys are about to draw a crowd about that size. Yeah, man. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels great, man, because, like, I've been in Northwest Arkansas since 2007. And I'm from West Memphis, Arkansas. Like I tell people, I came from a city that was majority black to a city that was 5% black. So it was culture shock. So the same events that I experienced back home, I didn't get the privilege to experience those here. So it was always my thoughts process, knowing that Northwest Arkansas had this huge appreciation for art and culture. Like, let me be a part of that and add something to it. And my partner Reggie James and I, we've always just kind of wanted to do these kind of events throughout Northwest Arkansas, so we can have something that we've done as the black community, and other people can be a part of our community as well too. When I first got here, there was just not a lot of events that were put on. And from my perspective, I'm a musician, and I own a company that books bands and DJs, and we play for some of the largest events in Northwest Arkansas. Whether it's a U of A football game or one of the largest weddings or corporate events, festivals. So we've always seen these big crowds. But when our community had put stuff on, it was always these smaller. So I always kind of want to just have a larger impact, in Northwest Arkansas for everybody to be a part of.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, like, were there any? I mean, what were some of the things that you guys kind of had, challenges you guys had to overcome, like coming out of the pandemic? I mean, I'm sure that wasn't easy to make like a huge event, with a lot of people. Like, what was that like? So,
man, I do events. That's what I do for a living. So the event part was the easy part.
Right.
I can book a show in my sleep. That's something I'm really, really good at. Right. But the part that has been I don't say challenge. I don't like to say challenges. It was opportunities to bring everybody together, because it's not really been done. So we had a lot of questions like, hey, can white people come to this? Can I be a part and bring my family to this? Will it be offensive if we come and celebrate? that's been the conversations that we've been having. Like even with our like sponsors and stuff like that. Like, why is this important? What is this? Because it's relatively new to a lot of people that's non-black as well too. So just telling those stories and talking about why it's important and connecting those dots for people. That's been the kind of the part that we didn't really anticipate. Yeah. But it's also been a great opportunity for us to tell those stories as well too.
Yeah. How do you like handle that in a professional context? I guess like how do you tell people that this?
Man, like I love having conversations. You know, and it's easier to have that conversation when you have people that generally want to listen. Yeah. You know. So that's what's made it easy. I've always said like I've always been a part of diversity, equity, and inclusion conversations in Northwest Arkansas. I've been invited. Like there's not anything where I'm just beating on the door. I've always been invited to those conversations. So a part of Freedom Festival has been an extension of those conversations. Like. That's been a big thing in Northwest Arkansas, and art and culture has been a big thing in Northwest Arkansas. What better way to merge the two than Freedom Festival?
Absolutely.
So once I connect those dots, it makes all the sense in the world. It's just having those conversations.
Sure, yeah. Do people genuinely want to have those conversations, you feel? I mean, that's a difficult conversation to have, right?
Yeah, they just want to have it in a safe place.
Right.
Like nobody wants to be called names. Nobody wants to be judged. And judged. And I'm not a judgmental person. Even during the pandemic, when like there was this high rise of awareness, anger, whatever, but from George Floyd and all the things and the Black Lives Matter, the stuff that was happening, I was just having a lot of conversations, in my DMs with people that they didn't want to have it in a public forum because they were nervous about how they would be perceived. So they just kind of let me know that there was a lot of curiosity in our community, So I was like, man, if everybody's wanting to ask the same questions, how about I just go out and just answer it myself in a public way? Yeah. So last year we partnered with the U of A. Again, they're one of our partners, and I was like, hey, let's have a real pointed conversation between music moves in the U of A why white people should celebrate Juneteenth. Because I'm having this conversation in my DMs all the time. Yeah. So let's just answer that. And it went crazy. It went viral. Like I had news people calling me and was talking about like, why did you decide to do this video? It was helpful. Will you be doing more stuff like this? And like we are very aware of the people that follow our platform. Our platform is 55% white, and a lot of those are white women. So they were just really, really curious. So it's like, man, like let's be a good neighbor and let's just answer questions. Yeah. Like I think that's one of the things that's really missing in this world is we just need to talk. That's it.
Right. Yeah. People are afraid to talk to each other. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, just because of exactly what you said. I mean, it feels like safe spaces are rare. Yeah. And so that's really cool that you guys are trying to create that safe space with Freedom Fest.
And no better place to do it around great music.
Absolutely. Great food, great music, get everybody happy.
Like everybody's happy.
Yeah.
So it's just real good vibes.
That's awesome. Yeah. Super cool. Yeah. I don't really know where else to go from that, but yeah, I mean, are you guys gonna obviously, like, Juneteenth doesn't end on Juneteenth, so, like, when, are you guys going to be doing, like, anything throughout the year, like?
Yeah, we do a lot of things throughout the year of like, so, as soon as we get done, man, it's on to the next one. Yeah. We're opening up our venue in downtown Rogers. It'll be a music venue that we'll also do our education stuff at. But we'll be featuring.
When is that going to be open?
July. It's the first Friday in July. Okay, cool. I think it's the 7th. So the first Friday in July, we'll be having some of the top just soul. It'll be soul, blues, jazz, rock and roll. A lot of the music that comes from the Black diaspora. Yeah. But It's going to be fun, man. I'm really excited about it. We're planning for that. We'll be talking about that coming up as well, too. So, but outside of the venue, we do 4 major events a year. And for Black History Month, we do the Expo. And we're musicians, so we use music to bring people together, and we use music to tell those stories as well too. So we do the Black Music and Film Expo for February. For July we do our Juneteenth celebration, and we've been partnering with other organizations as well too, and supporting the stuff that they do as well too. In September, Arkansas, the legislation back in 2011, they voted September Gospel Music Heritage Month. So we do a lot of gospel and blues programming during that month. And then in October, it's our big fundraiser that we try to fundraise for the whole year. That's coming up to get ready for it, to do it all over again. So, but outside of that, we do a lot of collaborations with a lot of different other organizations as well too. We just kind of try to support the work that's in Northwest Arkansas. Our first year coming out of the pandemic, we put out so much, recordings, and events and shows and stuff like that. Like now, we just kind of want to collaborate with other folks. That's been really, really fun. We're a small team. I got a staff of 5 people, and we put on these huge events. So we don't try to like over program ourselves, but we want to be impactful. You know what I'm saying? So
just do the most you can.
Yeah, man. So like we do stuff with the U of A. We do stuff at Crystal Bridges, Momentary. Uniform that does NWA Fashion Week. They're a great partner of ours. CCP, they're a great partner of ours. The NWA MLK committee, they're a great partner. So we try to just highlight a lot of events that's going on in the community. Our followers are a very transit community. Like they're people that are not born and raised in Northwest Arkansas. So a lot of times they're like, what's going on in Northwest Arkansas when you guys aren't doing stuff? So that's kind of what we try to just let people know. Hey, you got Roots Festival going on. You got the Roots band playing at Momentary. There's a cool band at George's that's happening this weekend. There's a film festival going on in Bentonville. We just kind of try to collab and let people know about what's going on in the community.
Who was the artist that you said you guys have from Love and Hip Hop?
Young Jock.
Did you get to talk to him and stuff? Yeah, and you said that he was like big when you were in high school, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
He's hilarious. Man, one of the cool things about my job now, I get to meet all these big celebrities that I grew up and love. Like during Walmart shareholders, Tyson, they reached out to us. They had Cedric the Entertainer, Anthony Anderson promoting a barbecue rub. Like I used to watch Cedric the Entertainer and the Kings of Comedy all the time when I was a kid. But Young Jock was like, man, he was the biggest thing ever when I was like in high school. So to get to talk to these people and have conversations and get to know the person behind like the stage guys, it's super fun.
How was that for you, like personally? Like, I mean, like, I'm assuming you're a fan in high school, right?
Oh man,
you kind of nervous?
I try to not be like fan out in front of them. So like,
they don't like it when you do that.
They don't like it, and they can sense it too. But like I'm a big kid inside, so I kind of let them lead. Like I'll just be cool. I'll just be their host and the promoter. If they're cool, they let their hair down. We had the Yin Yang twins in February, and they were super cool, and they let their hair down a little bit, so we could be a little bit more, personable with them and stuff like that. But and then you got some people that are real standoffish, and they want it calm, and they want it quiet, and they don't want a lot of distractions, and we're that as well too. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I got to get a picture before you leave. Like, I brought you here.
I mean, like, yeah.
I got to get a picture, you know? So, and then, you know, the coolest part is when they like give you a shout out from the stage.
Oh,
like, hey man, thank you, Anthony and Music Moves. And I'm like, oh my God, he just said my name. Did anybody just get that on camera?
Young Jock just said my name.
Yeah. And then, you know, like some of them even follow me on Instagram or whatever. You know, it makes me feel like I've kind of made it a little bit.
Yeah. Who's the person that you got on that made you feel like you made it? You know, who's your big get?
I don't know if I have a big get. I say one of the biggest moments is when I hung out with Snoop, and then another is Montel Jordan. Cause like I have a party band called Funk Factory around town, and,
cool,
and
yeah,
like
I've heard of
every frat party, every Georgia show, like if you play "This Is How We Do It," it's the biggest party song ever.
Yeah,
you know, so like to be able to like have his number in my phone, and like I'll post something and he'll like it or whatever, like. That's like super cool.
Yeah, you guys are like a step up above acquaintances. If he's liking your Instagram pictures, he's a loyal liker. Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
It's a lot of these folks. I mean, one of the things you find out, they're a lot like us.
Right. Yeah.
They're just people.
Everybody's a person. Yeah.
The Listening Lab is a space for honest and intimate conversations to better understand our neighbors and ourselves, and is made possible by the Walmart Foundation.